Hi there, this is Kevin Sharp from Kevin Sharp Outdoor Review, and today we will be reviewing the Tac Force Speedster Automatic Assisted Opening Blade, Assisted Opening Blade knife. I really had an issue on trying to review this knife because of several things that have happened with it. Number one, I'm going to have to review this as an assisted opening knife and not as a regular knife, and to give you a fair review. But this knife, obviously, number one, it broke right the first week I had it. As you can see here, no assisted opening. Here's the reason why: the spring broke. There's part of it that fell out just after a week of use. I received this knife as a gift. I think it was around $10 to $15 in value. Here's the box it came in. It says Tactical Rescue and Outdoor. But after just a week of use, like I said, and really not that heavy of a use, the assisted opening part of it broke. Now, it does function as a regular, just a manual opening knife. And I do like the blade on it. It is a very sharp blade. And it does still have a function to me as a manual opening knife. But now, would I use it for a tactical blade? No, absolutely not. I'm not a real big fan, I've said it before, of assisted opening knives. And this right here is the reason why. I've only found a few that will, that have good durability to them. And you just, your life may be dependent on this, and if you hit it and you hear snap, and then the spring part falls out of it, you're in deep trouble, especially if you're in a tactical situation where this blade could be what's saving your life. But like I said, as a backup knife, it does have a role in possibly my EDC, possibly a few other things. Now, would this be my primary knife? No way. The things I like about it, I do like the steel. It will take an edge. It's 440. I like the blade to it. The handle actually feels pretty good. As you can see, it's got a place for your finger to wrap around it. Feels good in the hand. It's made out of a polymer or a plastic handles. I don't really care for that. It is a liner lock. I do like the locking blades. So like I said, it does have some upsides to it, but it definitely has some downsides to it too. Let's get right to the review card, shall we, for the Tac Force Speedster. Number one, performance. As an assisted opening knife, I gave it a 7 out of 10 because pretty much right out of the box, it broke. So as a performer now, it performs mainly as a manual opening knife. So as an assisted opening knife, I had to deduct points. Value, 9 out of 10, even if I had paid for it. I mean, a $10 knife, it's still functioning. So, I can say as a manual opening blade, a $10 is about the same as the Ozark trail knife previously reviewed. In durability, I think I was being generous by giving it a 6 out of 10. I probably should have given it even lower than that. That's a reviewer thing that I'm going to have to be a little bit more stricter on myself about, but I did give it a 6 out of 10, which is considerably a lower grade. Versatility, yet again, not being an assisted opening knife, now it took some of that versatility out, because even though I can still open it with one hand, it's not just a flick of a finger anymore. I have to stick my finger in the hole there, and I'm just not as good at that as some people are. So I had a knockoff for versatility. Number 5, compatibility. Had to give it a 7 out of 10. I said it was a 7 out of 10 on versatility too, if I didn't remember to mention that. 7 out of 10 on compatibility. Now that it has broken, it is not as compatible with my systems as it would have been. It's definitely not going to go into my tactical kit. It probably is not going to be in my survival kit. It could go in my EDC as a backup knife, but even then, it would probably not be used that much, simply because of the fact that it broke. Number 6, simplicity. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. You know, it's simple to use. I mean, you can still open it with one hand, so I mean, you really can't deduct a whole lot for that, I guess, at least me anyway. Number 7 on maintenance, that was 8 out of 10, by the way. On simplicity, if I forgot to mention. On maintenance, 8 out of 10. Like I said, most blades are pretty easy to take care of. Number 8, theory of use. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I probably should have marked off yet again on that. That was my fault. But I gave it an 8 out of 10 because, in theory, if this hadn't have broke, it would have worked as a tactical knife. I would have said definitely a tactical knife. Definitely a EDC knife. It still fills that role as an EDC knife, just a manual opening knife. But it can't do the tactical knife, and I wouldn't use it in a survival type of situation probably either. So that's being generous. Non-speciality, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Just because now, as far as being a specialty type blade, it is a specialty type blade. It's a backup blade. You know, that serves a special purpose. It's there if I have nothing else. I have this blade, and it is still a lock blade knife, and I prefer lock blade knives, as everybody knows. On the lockability scale, number 10, I gave it, unbelievably, a 9 out of 10 because I do like the knife. It feels good in the hand. I do like the blade, the steel. The only thing that usually happens with these cheaper assisted opening knives is the blade is usually made out of quality steel. Even the liners are made out of quality steel. It is the spring mechanism that usually gives you the problem. And there it is right there. As you can see right there at the end, it was a clean break. So what that tells you is as I was opening and closing this knife using the automatic, the assisted opening part of it, it was wearing on that spring, and eventually it failed because it was inferior steel. So a 9 out of 10 on lockability for an overall quality score of 77 out of 100. A C. Would I recommend this knife? Well, it was given to me. So would I buy it again? I probably would not buy this model. I might buy a Tac Force and another model. I'm probably going to do that just to see if it is a brand problem or if it was just this knife in particular. But I'm definitely going. I'm probably going to buy another one just to see if the brand is good, and we'll see. I know where this knife was bought at, so I'm probably going to visit there. My reviewer notes. I wrote this. This review will be on the assisted opening knife. Even though the AO failed, it can still be used for a manual opening type knife, and that's what it will be used as. But will it be used for a primary knife? No, it will not. You know, you just have to, you know, it just gives me, I don't think I would trust my life on it, especially knowing that it broke right out of the box. Thank you for viewing the review. I welcome your comments, but I ask that you keep the conversation civil. Remember the golden rule. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you will subscribe to this channel. Good day.